Hello and welcome to a new episode of Accessa TechTalks. I'm your host, Radu. And today we'll explore one of the biggest challenges and also a mystery for the German Mittelstand: cyber resilience. As regulatory pressure intensifies and IT/OT get increasingly interconnected, mid-sized companies, which are the backbone of the German economy, need a solid cybersecurity strategy. To meet this need, three companies, Accessa, metafinanz, and Triovega, joined forces to create a joint service tailored for the unique needs of this particular German Mittelstand. Together, this trio covers three pillars: compliance and governance, shop floor security and training, infrastructure and operations. So let's find out how this new service meets a real and growing need in this market. And actually, by the way, in today's conversation, we won't have only one guest, not two. We'll have three guests, each company having one representative. Let's start by meeting the experts behind this service. Alexander Leonhard, Executive Security Architect from metafinanz. Hi, Alexander.
Hi, Radu.
Mareike Redda, Product Manager Factory 4.0 from Triovega.
Hi.
And last but not least, my colleague Vasile Bota, Cybersecurity Service Portfolio Manager from Accessa.
Hello, thanks for having us here.
Thank you for joining us. Dear guests, I'm happy you're here, and I'd appreciate if each one of you shares quickly about your background and your role at your company.
Thank you, Radu, again. I would start. Alexander, as Radu already said, IT security architect in the executive position. Have extensive experience in the defensive and offensive security. And today I will then represent the topic GRC and compliance and audits, what we as a company providing. This is only one of the part of our services. Radu?
Thank you, Alexander. Who wants next? Vasile?
Yeah, I'm Vasile Bota. I'm a service portfolio owner manager at Accessa. I'm responsible for cybersecurity service, quality management, and managed services. My role here is to design the service that better fits the market and really resolves the customer pain points.
Thank you, Vasile. Mareike?
Hi, everyone. My name is Mareike. I'm product manager at Triovega, and in my daily doing, I'm designing products in the area of Factory 4.0 to solve the biggest pains of our customers in terms of secure connectivity.
Thank you, guys. I think we have a great team, a great guest list today. And I would like to start with the foundation. Why did this joint service come together? What problem does it address? And why can't this problem be solved by a single provider? Or why is that hard to be solved by a single provider?
Thank you, Radu, for the question. First of all, I think what is matching from our side, the culture of our companies, right? We already working together, and we know that we can do a better job together. And I will come now to the why we're doing together, because we're from three different perspectives, right? From the Triovega, from Mareike's side, we have the excellent product for securing OT and IT security environments, right? Then from Accessa's, we have managed services, right? We have technical expertise who can support all the like security relevant topics. And from metafinanz side, as we already said, that we have this possibility to provide consultancy service, as we're already working many years on the German market, especially also in the SME Mittelstand.
Thanks. Who wants to add Any extra thoughts on this?
Maybe I can add a few words. Achieving robust cyber resilience in a complex landscape like we have in Europe today is very complex, both from regulation side or perspective on one hand, but also due to the threats that EU countries have to face today. And we don't just discuss about threats; they are real attacks that are happening. A solution has to mitigate those threats, and it's not just about adding more security tools into the landscape. It's about building a unified defense with a flexible, a modular, and a scalable backbone that can resolve both OT and IT environment challenges. For manufacturing, an integrated ecosystem is absolutely necessary. They have to seamlessly connect to their business systems and to their OT environments as well. IT operation and security operation in particular have to be merged and aligned across companies. And this is the challenge that we need to solve. And that's why the joint partnership between Accessa, metafinanz, and Triovega. We all bring expertise from different areas, from consultancy and compliance and frameworks knowledge, from managed services and security operations center part, and from OT security part. All these together can solve the entire problem or the holistic problem.
And maybe to add to that, what I encountered on several events and also in the dialogue with the customer, it's not actually a question of technology when we think about cybersecurity. It's more about searching for orientation, because we have out there so many white papers, statistics, best practices on things such as the security architecture, but the people asking themselves where to start and what to do next. And it's not thinking about a sophisticated model when we have an MS-DOS machine still running in the factory, which can't be replaced directly and is hardly to protect by traditional measures. And we do have a solution in place to connect those legacy systems, but connecting OT assets into the company's infrastructure is only half worth it if we don't have IT services and consultancy in place, so that we can also have the shop floor teams, the management on board. And I think the partnership is so strong because we accompany our customer throughout the entire journey with all our different expertise.
Yeah, that sounds fascinating. And also this character of the service of being integrated, right? I think gives more trust to the potential customers, and and I hope they get the value they really can receive from this partnership. Now, it seems a bit. I mean, the whole context is complex, and it also seems at the first glance a bit complicated. So I'd be curious to know, how does it really work with your customers? How do you achieve your goals together in reality?
That's an excellent question, Radu, and it gets to the core why this partnership is so strong, it's so powerful. While we are three distinct companies, the client it's one single, and the service should be a single service for this client, a unified service. The key is how we structured our delivery across phases to create a seamless experience for the customer. The journey actually begins with an assessment, a discovery phase, where metafinanz could take the lead. For example, customer existing environment is being audited. The focus is on compliance, on regulated framework, on risk analysis. And this provides, at the end, a strategic blueprint for the entire project. So we know what we have to do. It's clear the next steps. From there, we move to the implementation phase. here could be a joint effort. For example, Triovega could integrate the OT security solution while Accessa could handle the setup and configuration for SOC part, Microsoft Sentinel Defender platforms. Also, pen tests, red team exercises, awareness training can also be part of this phase. Once it's implemented, the service transitions to an ongoing phase, a unified defense, if you like. Accessa takes the lead on this, conducting day-to-day SOC operation, providing 24/7 monitoring, threat detection, incident response, and seamlessly, Triovega could provide continuous OT hardening, ensuring the security of the operational environment. Also, metafinanz could manage the red team exercises and deliver essential awareness training for the team. The takeaway, I think, is that we have a single point of contact, or the client has a single point of contact and a cohesive project plan. The expertise of each company come together to deliver this service.
Mm-hmm. So the phases are pretty clear, linear, and fluent. However, in each case, in each phase, there is a certain owner or a certain party that takes the lead in a way.
Of course,
right?
The one that has most experience in that area.
I think I can also add something, Radu. In this case, it's also depends on the need of the customer, right? There is different customers. Some of them would like to have a person at the place, right, or be there for 2 days, yeah, and speak German and so on. All these things, having experience, some security certifications, and as Vasi said, we will have leads, yeah, for specific topics. But nevertheless, it doesn't mean that we cannot change, right? We can really adjust and be flexible, based on the requirements of the customer. This is like what also customer will have from our side.
Exactly. Flexibility and scalability were two main requirements for this joint service.
Now, what is a particular need that the German Mittelstand has?
I assume, and from not only assume, from my experience, where I was working for the Mittelstand, what I saw. And Marika, you can also add from your perspective, because you already had also a lot of them customers in the OIT area. For the Mittelstand is the most difficult, not issue, but the most difficult, I would say, task is, as Marika already said, what do I need, right? There is so many, I would say, companies providing this, and this, especially in the last time, integrating AI. Guys, you need this tool, you need this tool, and so on. It's difficult to understand, which one. Then the second challenge, what they have, I think the demands of the IT security experts on the German market very big, and not every company has IT security specialists for do the job every day. Also, or especially for the small companies, right? If they have around 200, 300 employees, they will not have IT security specialists in there. They will have maybe 1, 2, or 3 guys responsible for IT itself. This is the challenge. Then afterwards, if you already know, okay, I need this, for example, specific area to be developed. In my case, for example, security monitoring, right? And then the next challenge would be, I cannot afford this security service from big companies because it's too expensive. And in this case, I think back to those 3 challenges, what I already mentioned. First of all, it's the environment where they don't really know what they need. The second one is the challenge with the IT experts. Not everybody can have it. And the third one, to decide what next, right? And to get the security services which they actually need, if they need any, right? These are
Makes total
human
sense. Yeah.
And everything you can also apply to the OT. But next to the fact that the OT, most of the time in the Mittelstand companies, is still be done by the IT department next to their daily business. So they are not very often people purely in charge for the OT, which makes it very difficult to address the challenges that we have over there.
And it is also about the context where Mittelstand companies or organizations are operating. Context has changed and it's continuously changing. On one hand side, we have the new European Union directives, regulations that have to that already cascade on Mittelstand organizations as well, because the Mittelstand are highly connected with large organizations. So requirements of NIS2 or Cyber Resilience Act will cascade on as part of the supply chain, will cascade also onto medium and small organization. And also on the other hand side, we have the threats. A small organization through supply chain can be used as an attack vector to a large organization, and this has to be taken into account. So I think it's also the time that Mittelstand understands this and takes action to mitigate it.
Okay. And if we were to extract, let's say, some takeaways regarding the business impact it generates for them. So first and foremost, they don't know what to do. They want to be cyber resilient. However, they don't know where to start and how to approach it. And here, this service answers the need or the challenge. Then they don't have the right skills. And sometimes what's available on the market is too expensive for them. And what you mentioned, Vasi, the context is also highly dynamic, and sometimes it's pretty hard to stay in touch with it without some expertise that comes on top in your favor.
Exactly.
Interesting situation, and I guess interesting insights for the audience. Now, if we were to switch to a different side, a side that it's always inherent to everything we do, which are people, we know that cybersecurity, like other topics, aren't just about systems or about tech. It's a lot also about people. How does this particular service support people, their awareness and their culture? Maybe, Mareike, you can go first with this one.
Sure. When we talk about people and addressing people in the IT and OT, we are talking about two different worlds. We are not only because of technology, but also cultural wise. So I often say, and don't judge me, the IT are the MacBook guys and the ones who have the fancy laptops and so on. And on the OT side, you have still pen and paper in place. And pen and paper works perfectly fine, same as the machines that are running out there for 20 to 30 years. Older technology can be stable, but it will be also vulnerable. And that is something we need to address without disrupting the people and their work they are doing, because that's the last thing that they want to have. Different routines and different processes. But the objectives from the IT and OT are so much different in the priorities, and so that we need to somehow engage directly with both sides to create a solution that is valuable also for each group. And this can be due to educating, awareness, supporting and connecting the shop floor and creating more insights of the machines and production intelligence, but also monitoring and proactive threat defense to have a better sleep at night. So there are different ways to address this problem, but we always need to have both sides to look at, and the different stakeholders that we need to address here.
And also when we discuss about people, it's also a topic of skills that we are lacking in cybersecurity. And this exact challenge we try to address with one of our solutions. We call it Learning SOC. So as part of our Security Operations Center, we also develop competences, and we have training materials and exercises for people to know how to react to an incident, to know how to spot an incident, and so on. So this component is extremely important for us as a provider, but it's equally important also for the client, since client people can be trained or can follow the same training materials that we are having.
And adding to this one, Vasi, that we already have also from our side experience, to build the so-called Cyber Academy, where we trained people without technical knowledge, without anything, from different backgrounds. And what we proved also within this project, which was presented also in last October to the Bundespräsident in Germany here, we showed that we can also teach people who are not having any technical background to work with the technical stuff, right? The most important thing was in this academy and learning for us, it's up to them. If they really like and love it, they will learn everything they need. There's and it's not only for the technical guys, like in the past, working in the in some kind of backgrounds with the computers and so on. No, that's not anymore the case. And currently we have a lot of different sources which we can use to teach the people how to work with all these technologies, and close the needs of the customers on their side too.
Mm-hmm. Back to the high dynamic of this domain, I guess this particular topic, the fact that you offer teaching or teaching materials and such services, I think they create the cherry on top, or bring the cherry on top on this service. And I just want to salute this addition as well, because I can see in my day-to-day operations in IT a lot of times this is a real issue. The fact that so much novelty scares some people and makes them run away from it is a real threat and is a real challenge to the digital transformation companies aim for usually.
Yeah.
Good.
It's a must-have, this, Radu. So integrating awareness training and learning SOC or cyber academies as concepts projects, as Alex mentioned, it's a must-have. People are still considered the weakest link in cybersecurity. So you can have all the tools, all the processes, all the policies and procedure in place. If one of your employees clicks a link, you are done.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And there are so many examples on why the human behavior is the critical factor in here, and we need to educate, because next to clicking on a link, you can also have like an employee charging the phone on a USB slot next to the machine, and the machine directly will be connected to the internet, and that's the point where the attacker can come in. Yeah, so that's a pretty easy case, but reality, and this is where we have to start, and where we have to start building awareness of those things and those risks that can be there or that are existing.
Right. So cybersecurity is critical at this point, and companies should prioritize this field as well. Now, the question is, why is this particular partnership and service the right one for them? What would be one single and top argument why they should they should do this together with you guys?
Maybe I can take this one, Radu. I think it comes down to three key advantages that we can offer. First is that we have a strong experience with Microsoft technologies and Microsoft security practices. Our SOC as a service is built on Microsoft technologies, building on a platform that many of our clients already know and trust. We already offer a vetted or a tested approach that is a must-have for critical sectors. Clients get a robust and tested solution, not an unproven one. Secondly, we provide experienced and scalable managed services. So instead of having to build your own team in-house, our partnership delivers a complete hands-on defense, if you like, that can start small and grow with your company, with your needs, from an assessment to ongoing operation, as I mentioned. This is about providing a high-level expertise without operational headache and problems and challenges. And finally, we deliver a very cost-effective solution because we leverage nearshore delivery model. We provide world-class SOC services and security expertise at a much affordable price point. Hopefully, this allows German Mittelstand to achieve enterprise-grade cybersecurity without a high-level cost behind it.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe one more thought on this: why you should trust in this partnership. Triovega's DNA is rooted in the shop floor, as you probably heard out of my statements in the last couple of minutes, and we are specialists in connectivity, but the partnership is more than that. So it's about connecting systems of course, but also connecting people, teams, and challenging or handle the objectives across IT and OT. And there's a saying in German, which is Schuster bleibt bei deinen Leisten, or cobbler stick to your last. Each of us is focusing on our core strength, and together we can combine it to a holistic and successful approach. So we can together start on and master the journey of the cybersecurity approaches in the company or with our customers. Yeah.
Good. Now, before approaching the end, I'm curious, in the realm of cybersecurity, cyber resilience, would you add anything else that could be relevant to the audience?
To add to your question, Radu, we are already in preparation phase to start this service. I mean, we'll have also prepared landing pages on which you can find on our main pages, for the companies, and we will provide also the links. And if any customers are interested or potential customers, just to get a bit more information about this, just contact us through the pages, or you can find the numbers on the main website, and we will get in touch and provide you more information in maybe a call, or maybe meeting you on the next conferences, for example, at Accessa in the near future.
The goal of this service, of this partnership, is to build resilience in the Mittelstand. And behind resilience hides, or resilience incorporates, from our perspective, resilience incorporates the fact that we want to make sure companies are prepared when they face an attack, because it's not the question of if they will face it, it's a question of when they will face it, and when they will face it, if they are prepared. So that's our goal, to make sure that this readiness, the resilience, it's built also in the Mittelstand, also in the small, medium companies.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much. That brings us to the end of this episode of Accessa TechTalks. Big thank you to the guests, Alexander, Mareike, and Vasile. It was a pleasure having you, and we are grateful that you helped us clarify a critical and often overlooked topic, which is building cyber resilience also for mid-sized companies, not only for the big enterprise ones. As we've heard today, cybersecurity is no longer just an IT issue. It's a business priority, and it requires governance, infrastructure, shop floor security, and above all, it requires people awareness. This joint service by Accessa, Metafinanz, and Triovega brings all these dimensions together under one roof. And as we've seen, it's built with the specific challenges of the German Mittelstand in mind. If you found this conversation insightful, useful, please subscribe to Accessa TechTalks on BrightTalk and follow Accessa on LinkedIn and YouTube for more expert conversations on digital transformation, but also beyond. Now, until next time, stay safe, stay resilient, and see you soon.